Glad you're here for Adventures in Discipleship. We're starting a new topic today. It's the adventure of prayer. Every disciple learns how to pray from the person who teaches them. And we as disciples have gone many times asking for help in prayer. As we go through this series over the next couple of weeks, there's passages we're going to focus on. We're only looking really in this series on prayer at Matthew 6 and Luke 11. And I want to start with Luke. These both are the same spots where disciples come and ask Jesus, teach us about prayer, is the way it's put in Matthew. But I want to start with the Luke text because it starts with the parable. Luke 11, 5 through 8 will be our text for today. If you want to take a few moments just to pause and read that to yourself, do so now. In Luke 11, you'll see that there's a number of passages where Jesus uses parables to illustrate his point. And I love Jesus' parables. They are such a wholesome way for us to get at the heart of what he wants us to live into with whatever area of discipleship this is. And this is prayer. What are some wonders to notice along this adventure in prayer? Just in those little verses, I'd like you to notice how much of this parable is about friendship. It's all about friendship. Think to yourself about Jesus being your friend. In this parable, as he tells about particular friends, what he's encouraging you to do in such a subtle, winsome way is to know how much of a better friend he is. And if he's such a better friend, how he responds to you whenever you come to him with a need. What a friend you have in Jesus. In verse 6, notice how you can bring your friend's need to your best friend, Jesus. He teaches you, when he teaches you to pray, he teaches you how to bring the needs of your friends to him. So in the parable, there's the illustration of a friend who has had a long journey and is very hungry, and you don't have what that friend needs. So many times in life, your friends, you want to help them and you don't have what they need. And he desires to hear from you in that. Notice another wonder in verse 8. He says, in the context of the parable, Jesus tells you to persist in prayer. He gives this imaginary idea of if it's not friendship enough that will motivate to answer you, persistence certainly will. And you know how good Jesus is and how loving and kind. And he who gave himself so fully and completely for your needs, even when you didn't deserve it, remember? How much more then does he desire to give you all these good things? Oh, he wants to do good for you. So persist in asking and bringing those needs. Well, those are just 3 small wonders to notice along the way. But discipleship is an adventure. It's an adventure with Jesus is what you're learning. And he calls you friend.